Hello everyone, I'm Akhilesh Kumar in PGT-English, KV Tengavalley. I welcome everyone in this audio lesson. Dear friends, now see the beauty of nature. How these images are, what these images depict. We people know why we love nature and what nature gives us. Now see this beautiful scenery of nature. Dear friends, after seeing the images related to beauty of nature, now think about these. What are the things which cause suffering for us and the things which give us pleasure? Dear friends, we people know we suffer from malice and disappointment. When we are disappointment, at that time we suffer, and this suffering we can't tolerate. But when we see the beautiful nature, that time our mind calms down. Okay, we also have we lack good human qualities and noble nature. We try to find these qualities in human beings, but we lack. These are also cause of suffering. We also develop unhealthy and evil ways which give rise to suffering and pain. Okay, so our ways are also responsible for our sufferings. These are the things which cause suffering for us, and these are the things which make us happy, which give us pleasure. Okay, the sun, the moon, the trees, old and young, the beautiful daffodils, flowers are small, stream of clear water, mid forest thickest, and beautiful musk roses. These are the things which make us happy, which suits our mind. It's clear? Hello friends, in this audio lesson we are going to deal with the fourth poem of our Flamingo book. The name of poem is A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. This is the image of John Keats. A very brief description of the poet John Keats. Dear friends, John Keats, who lived very short period of life, but what he has done, now we are still remembering him and we are reading his poems. Just his lifespan was 25 years. He lived on this earth only 25 years. John Keats was born on October 31st in 1795 in London, England. He was the oldest of Thomas and Frances Keats' 4 children. Keats lost his parents at an early age. So from beginning of his life, he only suffered and suffered and suffered. He was ill due to tuberculosis. He could not survive, and only spending 25 years on this earth, he passed away. But his work, his creation, his achievement is still in the mind of people. Dear friends, lifespan doesn't matter. What matters? Our works and deeds. Always remember this. Whether you lived for short period of time or for long period of time, what you do, that people will remember only. It's clear? So try to achieve unique things. Now we have a brief description of the poem from where it has been taken. Dear friends, John Keats was a British romantic poet who decided to devote himself wholly to poetry. A Thing of Beauty is an excerpt from Keats' first epic poem, Endymion. Means to say, this poem, A Thing of Beauty, has been taken from his first epic poem, Endymion, a poetic romance. The full title of this epic poem is Endymion, a poetic romance. The poem is based on a Greek legend in which Endymion, a young shepherd and a poet who lived on Mount Patmos, had a vision of Cynthia. Who is Cynthia? The moon goddess. The enchanted youth resolved to seek her out and so wandered away through the forest and down under the sea. The theme of the poem is nature, beauty and youth. Dear friends, the enchanted youth, he resolved, he determined to seek, to search that goddess Cynthia, whom he at once fell in love. He was enchanted by the beauty of Cynthia, and that's why he began to search where is his beloved. Okay, and through the forest and down under the sea, everywhere he searched, and in that poem he will find that one. The theme of the poem is nature, beauty and youth. Keats loved beauty to the extent that he almost worshipped it. Dear friends, what you want, just try to involve in that. If you want to achieve a thing, so worship that. Think about that thing each and every time. After that you will get. Okay, this except voices the poet's eternal love for beauty. Okay, now this except indicates the voice of the poet's eternal love for beauty. Okay, let's move towards the poem A Thing of Beauty. Dear friends, now listen carefully. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep above quiet for us and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow, or breathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth, of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the power. From our dark spirits, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young is sprouting a shady boon. Dear friends, now listen carefully. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. The poet says here, a thing of beauty is a joy forever that gives constant pleasure. If there is a beauty that will give pleasure, and not for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, that will give pleasure forever. Okay, because if there is a beauty, the loveliness of that thing always increases. It never fades away. Always remember this. When we see the nature, does we find change? Does you find any change in the nature? Dear friends, now see the scene, the scenery of this beautiful Arunachal Pradesh. Everywhere only beauty and beauty. And when we see again and again, we find that there the beauty of nature is increasing day by day, and that is beauty. If a beautiful things doesn't give pleasure to you at another time, next time, so that is not beautiful, because a thing of beauty is a source of pleasure for forever, not for one day. That is the work of nature. It's clear? Okay, dear friends. The poet says, he says that the beauty of nature is permanent. Okay, and permanent beauty always give us eternal joy. And who has permanent beauty? That is nature. It will never pass into nothingness. He says, our beautiful things have something. It doesn't pass into nothingness. It has value each and every time. It has value. As for example, suppose there are two students who are very close. They like each other, they respect each other, so each and every time they will help each other. They will help each other and both have value. If suppose one is sad, but another person, another student will help him, that will cheer him or her. Okay, that is the poet says here, it will never pass into nothingness. He says the meaning is here that it has always value. It has always value. And now you can see in your class how you people are who are close friends, how they like each other and what they get in return from each other. It's clear? He says how that is. He says that has something, that has value. And he says, but will keep a bar quite for us. He says that it's like a shelter. That it's like a shelter. And what is bar? That is, what is bar? Now think about this. What is this? Dear friends, it's like a pleasant, shady place. You can see this such type of place in the garden. Okay, and it's quiet for us and asleep, full of sweet dreams. Dear friends, suppose we are in hot weather, and if we find such shady, pleasant, shady place, so that soothes us, that gives us relax. Okay, so that beauty, the beauty of nature is like that. It's like a pleasant, shady place. Okay, and also a sleep full of sweet dreams. Now think, friends, when we wake up after having good dreams, after having sound and healthy sleep, so in the morning our mind is very calm and pleasant, fresh mind. And think, when we pass our night with scary dreams, with not sound sleep, so what happens in the morning? Our mind is so disturbed. Okay, so that's why the beautiful thing is like that healthy, that good and sound sleep full of sweet dreams, as we do many times. When we sleep during our dream, we see so many beautiful things. Okay, and health, dear friends, if our health is not good, so nothing is good for us. Everything will be bad for us. So the beauty is like good health also. Okay, now, and quiet breathing. If everything is good, so we are satisfied, we are content. Okay, we are satisfied, we have contentment, we don't have any blaming and any murmuring. Okay, so the poet says that the poet speaks of the permanent nature of beautiful things which give us eternal joy. He says their loveliness keeps on increasing and never fades away. Remember this, and that's why he compares how the beautiful things are. How is that beauty? that has always some value. It has always value. That's why he says that it will never pass into nothingness. It has something, and it will keep a bar quite for us. How it is like that? Okay, he says first he has something, and then he says it is like a pleasant shady place which we like. Now you can see these such type of things in the garden, and it's like a sleep which is sound sleep, having sweet dreams, and it's like a good health also, and quiet breathing. Okay, when we have good sleep, when our health is good also, that time we are satisfied, we are contentment. Okay, and we don't murmur, we don't blame any other things. It's clear. So beautiful thing is like these things. Okay, that's why therefore on every morning means morning here, or we reading a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Dear friends, if we don't have a beautiful thing, now don't be confused. That beauty may be in anyone, that whether that is human beings or nature or beauty. Okay, your friend is also beautiful for you. Okay, that's why now think about, okay, now don't go here and there. Now see around us. Now think about your friend. Okay, if you like your friend, if your friend is good, okay, that is also beauty. That's why every morning what we want to do, if we are good friends, every morning, every day we want to meet to that person, to interact that person, we want to share so many things. Okay, that's why therefore on every morning be circle, we are bound, we feel desire, we desire to live on this earth. Otherwise we people know the world is full of suffering. The world is full of suffering. Who wants to live? Each and every time we are suffering. That's why we say sometimes we think to commit suicide also due to sufferings of the world. We can't tolerate. But if in our suffering we have such type of things, if we have a beauty, if we have a beautiful things, that's why we want to live more on this earth. Now think about your life, how you people are. We want to live more because of that beautiful object. That may be your friend, your parents, and other things, the beauty of nature, so many things. It's clear? In spite of despondence, dear friends, in this world there are so many sufferings, but we want to live. We also know of the inhuman dearth. Dearth means lack, scarcity. Now we people know that now people don't possess good qualities of human nature. They're cruel. They try to exploit us. They try to kill us. They try to cheat us. They are so crooked minded people. But in spite of these things, we know that another is very cruel. The world is very cruel. We don't want to live. Okay, but due to that beauty which we have, we want to live on this earth. And each and every day we desire, oh God, I want to live more. I want to live more. Okay, why? Because of that beautiful objects. And be confirmed, be sure that beauty is not only nature of beauty. Okay, that is nature of beauty is permanent beauty, eternal beauty, and that may be in our friends also. Okay, but that should be permanent and constant. Okay, of the gloomy days, as I have said, gloomy days, sufferings of the world, suffering in our life, but we want to live more and more when we have beautiful objects. It's clear? Of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. All means, okay, now listen first, that if we are suffering, if we have beautiful objects, now in a simple line, listen, if we have a beautiful object, that time in spite of all our sufferings of lack of noble nature, we have gloomy days, suffering of lives, but we want to live on this earth. And dear friends, now think, when you are sad, when you are very sad and disappointed, when you don't want to talk, that time some shape of beauty moves away the pole. Okay, now think, someone makes you happy, someone calms down, when we see the nature, we are very sad, we are depressed, but when we see the beauty of nature or any our friend whom we love and like, that time we become so happy. That shape of beauty. Okay, that's why here some shape of beauty. The poet doesn't say only the beauty of nature, dear friends. That beauty may be in your friend, in your parents, in your elders, in your teachers. You can see, you can find in any form of creation of God. Okay, the poet says, in our gloomy days, when we are depressed, when we are full of suffering, that time someone comes in form of whether nature or friends or anyone, and that uncover, that moves away the pall. Okay, the coverings of suffering of gloomy days. Here Paul refers covering and suffering of gloomy days. Okay, that uncovers, that clears, that shows a path. Okay, it's clear. And covering here, that is this covering always be seen on the coffin, and in we know coffin, that is in which dead bodies are kept. But okay, so here it refers very sad and gloomy, but the shape of that beauty moves away that covering also, as sometimes your friends do. Okay, after that, from our dark spirits, the poet says that beauty makes us happy, that beauty cheers us from when we are so depressed. It's clear here, dark spirits, that we are suffering and we are depressed, but that beautiful objects make us happy, clears all our sadness. Okay, and after that the poet gives a list of the beautiful objects. He says, such the sun as the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady moon. These are beautiful objects which always give us pleasure. Is clear? Okay, friends, here the poet is counting the list. What are the things which make us happy and give us pleasure? And after that, for simple sheep, he says even simple sheep also can make us happy. Okay, and such are daffodils. When we see flowers, we become happy with the green world they live in, where these flowers are found. Okay, and clear reels, and also clear reels means small streams. Now you can see such type of small streams in this Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, and that for themselves a cooling cover to make, and the surrounding near the river area we find such type of cooling cover. Okay, and suppose we are in hot weather, and when we find such cooling covered, we become so happy against the hot season. Against nahi, this is against the hot season. Okay, now think, when the weather is very hot, if we find such type of cooling cover, there are flowers and small young trees, and then we go there and we find a relief. Okay, so here covered means shelter or covering. Okay, so near the river, when we find such a good shady place, okay, a covering place, and this type of place, we become so happy, because outside there is a hot season, and we like such type of things. So these things we can see here near the river. Okay, the mid forest break, he is still counting the numbers. The mid forest break rich with a sprinkling of fair musk roses blooms. Okay, if there is a garden of roses, so many roses plants, and when we smell the scent of those flowers, we become so happy. Okay, so here the poet is counting the objects which make us happy, so don't be confused about this. Okay, uh, and what is break here? A dense undergrowth of ferns or other bush. Okay, so here, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. Okay, and here the poet says, and such too is the, and in his list he adds more. In his list he adds more. The poet adds or further to his list. According to him, there is beauty even in death. How it can be? Now think about this. He finds, but the poet finds beauty in imaginary stories. Okay, he also finds the beauty in imaginary stories people have made about about our dead ancestors who were deemed as heroic and mighty. The poet goes on to say that all the lovely tales that we have heard. Okay, now think about this grandeur of the dooms. How it can be, dear friends? Sometimes mighty dead. Now think about Mahatma Gandhi. Think about APC Abdul Kalam. What they have done. They have achieved something. Their deeds still inspire us. Each and every day we learn from their deeds, whatever they have done. And that is also beautiful. Okay, because when we read the quotations of Mahatma Gandhi, the thinking of Mahatma Gandhi, so that make us happy. The same is with APJ Abdul Kalam, president, people's president. Okay, what he has done, his quotations, each and every time many people quote that quotations of Mahatma Gandhi, lines of people's of president APJ Abdul Kalam. We try to quote the lines from their work, and still they inspire us. And such too is the grandeur of the dooms. That's why, okay, that is our achievements. If our achievement would be the best, our deeds would be the best, that will also inspire others. It's clear? All lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink. He also says, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, and the stories, the imaginary stories also inspire us because they make us happy. Okay, these are an endless fountain of immortal drink. He says that is the nature. There is endless fountain of immortal drink. There is beauty, and if there is such beauty, you can get the pleasure from there, and that is endless fountain of immortal drink pouring onto us from the heavens brink. Okay, right, the beauty of nature is full of beauty, and okay, it's brinking, it is full to the brink of anything. Okay, and I now think about a fountain. How is the process of a fountain? And continuously the water comes down. In the same manner, the beauty of nature is each and every time. If we want to the beauty of nature, so go and enjoy. And the God has, okay, here all beautiful things are like an endless fountain. He says how they are like endless fountain from the heavens. Why does poet say this? Because he says these have been sent by God, okay, so that mankind may enjoy these precious gifts. So mankind may enjoy these precious gifts, whatever the list has been given by the poet John Keats. Okay friends, so this is your poem. Dear friends, Here the poet speaks of permanent joy of beauty. Okay, what nature of beauty does for us, what it gives to us. Okay, so when we see the beauty of nature, we become so happy. And here in the very first stanza, in the very first lines, the poet has said so many things what beauty does in our suffering lives. It's clear. And after that, poet has given a list of some beautiful objects, and after that he also he has added some more things in his list of beautiful things. This is your poem. I hope it will be clear to you. Now we have a slide of word meanings. You can take help from here. And about the poetic devices which have been used in this poem. So the first device is alliteration, simple sieve, which refers to mankind. Okay, some more as noble nature and cooling cupboard. Alliteration. Now see N and here N, C and C, S and S. It's clear. Alliteration. And after that, metaphor moves the pole where our sufferings and sadness has been compared with dead bodies. Okay, so here you can find you can see this is here in this moves the pole metaphor, figure of speech has been used. It's clear. Dear friends, now important lines and expressions of this poem. Listen carefully. Pass into nothingness. A thing of beauty will never become valueless. It's clear. Will keep above quiet for us. A thing of beauty provides a pleasant shelter, a place in the shade under a tree for us. It's clear. The beauty is like this. On every morrow we are reading a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Every morning or next day we weave garland of flowers to bind us to the earth. Here the meaning is we desire to live on this earth more and more. It's clear? In spite of despondence, human beings always try to bring a bitterness and disappointment in others' life. Okay? But in spite of these things, beauty of nature or beauty of anything that soothes our mind. Dearth of noble nature, lack of great qualities. Okay, lack of great qualities. If a person doesn't have good qualities, that is also cause of suffering. Some shape of beauty moves away the pall. Some beautiful things removes the cover of sad feelings from our heart. Okay, I say moves away the pall. This here metaphor has been used, and the here meaning is we are suffering, we have sadness, but it some shape of beauty removes the this type of situation also. Okay, when we are in problem, when we are suffering, and here the pall is covering on the coffin, and what is coffin? In which dead bodies are kept. Okay, so our suffering and sadness have been compared with dead bodies also. It's clear. Clear rills that for themselves a cooling cupboard make against the hot season. Small streams with transparent water make a cooling shelter to protect themselves from the hot season. Okay, so these are some expressions, so also remember these. Now it has been also said that and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. The poet says the mighty dead were the people who were powerful and dominating in their own times. Their achievements made them mighty and great, mighty, powerful and great. Their works dazzle our eyes still. We imagine that such mighty dead forefathers will attain more grandeur on the doomsday also. Okay, So this is a thinking of bee people. And really, whatever the creations and achievements of powerful persons who have done so many things, still their work dazzle our eyes. Okay, and we get inspiration. That's why this is also beautiful. So these are some good expressions and important lines. Now we have 7 questions. Write the answers of these questions in your notebook. Okay, dear friends, I hope this audio lesson will help you. So it's appeal to all: love nature, live better. Thank you, everyone.